Greetings, Battle Brothers. It's me, Aurelia Tempris, Defender of the Golden Throne and Servant of Humanity. Welcome in, everyone. I hope you're ready for some reveals. Hang on, I'm taking a look here. I'm checking the preview. Only been up for 6 minutes, but it seems like they said they were gonna... It said that they were going to start their live right now. Are they doing reveals right now? Because my thing is not showing anything. Hang on one second. I have an ad. Because it said on Twitch, it said 6:30, so I apologize. One moment. Oh. Sorry, guys. They started early by mistake. Oh, cool. That's a relief. Because I was like, wait, they said 6 and then they changed it to 6:30, which I was already annoyed about. But I guess we'll start. Sorry about that. That's why I was like, shoot, I can grab food really fast. One sec.
You have people all around the world participating in the water community. It's so fun to have this today.
Yeah, it's really cool. We've got some amazing reveals for you today, guys. We have some 140,000 stuff. We've already seen one thing already. We've got more very soon.
Well,
we've got some Warhammer
Sigma
stuff to show you. We've got some
yeah, they changed it. Sorry, guys.
There is some Middle Earth releases on the way as well. We've got some stuff to do there. And some stuff at Kill Team as well. So it's an absolutely jam-packed show. Is your mic working yet?
I'm skeptical.
Okay, well, we'll see how this goes.
Get cozy for a minute. Right, so normally at this part of the show, we'd say, have you done any hobby lately? Eddie, have you done any hobby lately?
I have done some hobby. I've been painting Space Wars because I am playing at ADEPTICON this weekend.
Is anybody else playing at ADEPTICON this weekend?
If you're playing at ADEPTICON, beat him.
Spectacular. Eddie, you come as part of the team tournament, right?
Yeah, we've all brought Space Wolves. We've had about no practice games so far, so if we do get you in the team tournament...
You might beat him, because he's not practiced.
No, crush them like a dog player.
Friendly game, it'd be great.
Perfect. I also have been doing hobby, and I can't talk about it because it's secret. But you'll have a clue by the end of tonight.
You say it might not be secret by the end of the night then?
Less secret.
Less secret.
Very good. So, while we're just beginning, we'll get really into the meat of it in just a minute. We had some news told to us today by the Warhammer community team back home.
Okay, there's no need to be so mean against the Space Wolves.
Have I got a mic now? Oh, the blessings of the Omnissiah are upon us. So, as I was saying, the guys back home, the Warhammer community team, have launched a new YouTube channel, which is official Warhammer 40,000. The reason for this is we figured Warhammer 40,000 fans might like all of their Warhammer 40,000 videos, whether that's painting or lore or like previews like we're going to show you tonight, all in one place. So if you haven't already, go and give it a subscribe. Let's get those numbers up. And let's make sure there's one place you can go for all of your Warhammer 40,000 YouTube content. Make sense?
As long as they don't paywall it, I'm fine.
The betrayal is real, boys. So, what's going to happen over the next 90 minutes or so is we're going to show you all these previews we talked about. There's going to be some great videos, some fantastic reveals. We'll get overexcited. We'll talk for slightly too long. And then at the end of the show, everybody who's stayed in the room with us and had this wonderful experience, they're going to go away with something super cool. More on that later. Are we about ready to kick this off? Beautiful. So, the first thing we're going to do is a tiny bit of a retrospective.
I wasn't expecting a stream this long.
And he returned to the Warhammer 40,000 universe. You've all seen Commissar Yarrick, right? So, any moment now, he'll appear massively on your screen. But I have a feeling
why do people give subs to Warhammer?
Applying unguents and blessed oil to the machine so that Eddie can have a mic too. Otherwise, you have to wrestle over it. Nobody needs to see that.
I think plenty of people do.
I'm going to talk about Commissar Yarrick for a moment because I've got the mic.
Thank you, Rachel. It's going well.
Character in all of Warhammer 40,000. Oh, now that means... No, still one mic. So, when I was a little boy and I read the stories of Thomas Yarrick and the infamous things he'd done on Armageddon, the epic defense of the Imperium, it really sort of did something to my little wannabe Imperial heart. And so it's been really cool to see the reveal of that model and the return. And this heralds something that we're going to show you in a little more detail as the
Sorry guys, my music was on.
Eddie, were you around when Yarrick first debuted?
I played a game and sent in my results through Whiteboard.
Or was this for the Armageddon
Yeah, for the 2000...
Third War campaign?
Yeah, the Third War for Armageddon. You had a little form at the back of Whiteboard and you sent in the results.
Nice.
You said how your game went, and I sent in one result.
Is anybody else in here old enough and long in the tooth enough that they participated in the Armageddon Global campaign? Awesome. So, yeah, me too. In fact, I already felt old when it happened, so terrifying. I remember my original Yarrick had like a snippy crab claw. Any snippy crab claw Yarricks in the room? Just me? Yeah, of course there is. Beautiful. Right, so let's get an update from the guys behind. Otherwise, we're going to do this preview by the medium of interpretive dance. Nice. I've dispatched my finest Eddie to bring news of the technology. While we fill,
I feel like I could do a better job at their...
Start reading off the list of all the cool stuff we're going to talk
Better job than their IT people.
It runs for 2 whole pages,
That's just me, though.
No joke. Otherwise, it's going to come down to Warhammer trivia. Right? Nobody needs War. You might need Warhammer trivia.
Unless you play Quiz Castus.
Tell you a joke. I couldn't possibly
Oh gosh,
tell
I
you
was
a
gonna
joke
say.
live on air. This would go badly over.
Games Workshop, that's my joke.
Hello, sir. You have your hand up. It's very polite. Go on, then. Sorry? I didn't hear the question. I'm not answering. Oh, right. Well,
I heard that.
There is actually really great lore behind that. And in 15 minutes...
Oh, so we're just watching them yap. Okay.
And so start speculating amongst yourselves as to what the reason that Yarrick is in fact not dead. It could be that there was some intervention. It could be that the Imperium is in fact not the reliable news
Yes, they're
information
sitting
broadcaster
on
that you
their
might think it is.
ultramarine chairs that GW has. If they came with the Blood Angels one, that would be going up on throne.
Could in fact not be dead. I think you can rest assured.
They're trying to shield everything. I bet you they'd wear the helms.
Right?
If it wasn't going to jack with the quality of the reveals.
This is quite something, just filling the void. So,
Ultramarine reveal a chair. No, this has been out for at least a year, I think.
I can't really check on the guys in the chat. Who is here to participate in the Warhammer 40K events this weekend? Lovely. Anybody here for Warhammer Age of Sigmar?
Yeah, it's been out for a bit.
Now, I met them last year, and I'm hoping to meet them again. Any guys for the Middle-earth strategy battle game? Sweet, you're my people. This is great. You've got some great stuff to see later on in the show.
Oh, a couple years, yeah. See, a while then.
What about things like the Horus Heresy? Warhammer Underworlds? It's quiet, but they're there.
I'm not going to cheer.
I'm going to show you today. Oh,
you guys don't need that.
Kill team players? Beautiful.
If I was in the hall, perhaps.
This is great. Oh, sorry. I beg your...
Blood Bowl got shafted. Okay, we'll chat. Okay, so I didn't actually miss anything. They accidentally revealed something and started early. Okay, cool. Because I was like, oh man, I feel like a schmuck. Well, they got the audio back. But now they have no video. Yeah, I guess my question is, why would people donate, like, bits and, like, subs to Warhammer? Like, they don't run ads on these things. If they did, I think people would riot, personally. But, like, I don't understand why people do donations where, like, they're not getting anything out of it. They do have ads?
Does anybody here play Old World? There you go. I don't want you to feel left out. Can you hear that?
What is... Okay. Steal yourself, ha.
It's back to me, which means we might be live. So I'm going to talk about
You've been live this whole time, my guy.
Are there any authentic Steel Legion collectors in the room? Maybe. So I have a Steel Legion army. It's even been in White Dwarf back in the day.
We'll
so
talk
that
about
news is extremely
subs
exciting
and
to me.
bits in a bit.
And there's loads of things that I get excited about and Mike's lyrical about with regards to Steel Legion. Did you see in the concept art that you saw there that they have the carbinized las guns? So slightly shorter so you can...
That's because they got backlash and they're like, shoot, we actually got to come up with something to pretend we weren't going to get rid of Steel Legion.
That make the Steel Legion one of my preferred Imperial Guard regiments. So I can live with that. That's pretty dope.
Oh my word. Okay, so the reason why I didn't think it had ads is because I am not subbed to this channel. Why would I? And I've never gotten any ads. I've never gotten ads when I've watched these previews. So... That's why. I imagine the tips are to highlight messages, but like, ugh. Notice me, Senpai. Notice me, James Workshop. Please notice me. I crush on you. Please notice me. I'll throw my bits at you. Okay, that sounded bad. That sounded bad. Oh man, all right, that sounded bad. I'm sorry. Sorry. Bits for free? Okay. Oh yeah. So Shadow, thank you for the bits. It does have ads, so to miss ads, but I never see them. So maybe I got gifted a sub, but I doubt it. My ears. I'm sorry, Red Tail Wolf. I'm sorry.
Soldiers of Armageddon, I will not lie to you. The orc army before us is vast. They say we cannot win, that the orcs are too many. I don't know about you, but I am growing tired of proving them wrong. I see the steel in your eyes, the fire in your souls. I tell you now, we can win. We will win. And if that victory costs us our lives, so
That's pretty freaking sick. I like that. That's pretty sick.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are returning to Armageddon.
Oh, they're gonna sit all cute and close.
Another campaign expansion book for Warhammer 40,000, The Return of Yarick. We're going back to Armageddon, back to the War World, for a story of the Imperium versus a huge orc war that is invading.
Armageddon is a place that's had some issues, and the sponsor of the issues that are going on right now is none other than the Herald of the Speed War, Wazdaka Gutsman.
It's a pretty sick model. That looks pretty amazing. The skull on the front, the fire in the back. I'm sorry, that's pretty great. Honestly, no, I'm not gonna say that. That's mean. That's not mean. I'm feeling sassy this week. What's with me? Feeling sassy. Now he's pretty sick. The paint job on him, he looks great. He looks great. Yeah, that's a good looking mini. I'd paint that. Oh, the jacket. Oh, I totally missed the jacket. That's okay. Yep. It's funny. I wouldn't have thought orcs wear jackets like that. The base may be a bit overdone. I see the fire is fine. I can see what you're saying about the smoke. The smoke is a little maybe much. I personally like the rocks. I think the rocks are really cool. Are they talking? It's just really quiet. Oh yeah, they're really quiet. I'm not gonna turn that up because as soon as they fix it, it's gonna blast out your guys' eardrums. I'll just provide my own commentary. Hippogriff AFV. I'm not a guard collector. It looks nice, but I like tanks. I don't need any all-terrain vehicles. I would like a tank. It is kind of cute. Well, I know they're all about the mechanized stuff. I know that they're about that. I just wish I had better things to say, but audio is hosed. I like the shovel that they have on the side. That's real cute. That's adorable. You know, emergency shovel in case of emergencies. Oh, you can hear them a little bit more. That's the best I can do, but I'm worried it'll blow out your eardrums. They've been slowly fixing it.
This is giving you some very different options for your Astra Militarum force in that. The way it's going to work is you pack it full of troops, you storm forward to the objective, and then you get out of the way. The Chimera would typically sit alongside you guys and offer lots of suppressing fire. This is purely delivery. My favorite thing about it is not to do with its rules or even its functionality. Have a look inside that crew compartment.
I would say I like the crew compartment.
Get another look at it. But you've got like fully modeled interior with all the guardsmen that sitting inside it. This is a beautifully rendered piece.
I do like the interior.
It's not completely armless, right? Yeah, absolutely. There you go. That's that fantastic shot I was talking about. You've got like your Cadians in there riding into battle. I really love this as almost a diorama piece in its own right.
It's a really cool miniature. You can also
Ooh, even the sound booster doesn't work. Well, thank you for the bits and thank you for letting us know.
a Death Corps army or a Steel Legion army.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll just leave the guys off it, to be honest. Right. We also showed you, and the next thing up is probably my favorite thing in the whole preview. I'm calling it now. This is Commissar Graves.
Commissar Graves.
Commissar Graves is a member... Ooh, the room like that. Commissar Graves is a member of the High Command for the military operating on Army.
It's okay.
She is a stone-cold killer, a commissar cut from the true mold of the Officio Perfecta.
She's okay.
One of the first things she does in the narrative.
Let me see the fist. Don't, like, stop with the turning. Let me see the fist.
With a bolt round.
You can have the character on foot, but she also has the option to...
Ooh, is that the theory that she's Yarrick's replacement?
This is her own personal rapid strike vehicle.
I like that pose better.
This thing oozes like the grim darkness of Warhammer 40,000, right?
I like the pose. This one better.
Pulpit chased in gold. She stands on the back with an enormous...
Yeah, she's okay. She's okay.
A bunch of people were trying to work out what all the different patches on the jacket I wore were. Commissar Graves is
I do.
one of those patches.
Oh, I like him though. No, I like this guy's vibe.
You see her staff of Officio Perfectus officers.
And the eagle on the plow in the front. I like that too.
Is a bunch of executioners which she'll use to enact her will.
Yeah, I like this guy. Can he be the new Yarrick? I like him.
Fortress of Arrogance.
Oh, absolutely,
So
yeah,
the Bane blade that Commissar Yarrick traditionally drives around in, this is sort of like a smaller, compact version of that. If you converted yourself up for Fortress of Arrogance, this would look very cool riding to battle alongside it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think one of the things here is that the cloth that she's cut from is very different to Yarrick. Yarrick is an inspiring leader at this point, almost like a heralded hero, right? Whereas Commissar Graves is in every way just a stone-cold killer.
Yeah.
Right, we're still not done. Did we see the...
I like the message.
Here is...
Ooh.
The room really likes this one.
Yeah, I like that too.
Franzia Frey. She is the Dog Martyr Superior for the
This, oh my gosh, this makes me think of the lizard men. The chair. Yes, you're right. It's Fyodor's daughter. You're correct. You're correct. And she has a Dominique too. It is pretty bad. I can hear it only because I've turned it up a bunch, and I can turn it up as high as it can go on my end.
Yeah, and she also has an Adepticon branded loudspeaker nestled under the missile.
This is the best I can do for you guys. And I apologize if they fix it and it blows out your eardrums. It's not my fault.
You might know the Throne of Judgment. There's at least 2 thrones out there.
There's 3 at least.
Not including the big one on Terra.
I liked what someone's comment said.
The contender for the strangest model in the preview.
Oh, that's right, the weird freaking horses.
Inquisitor Croyle. Who is Inquisitor Croyle, Eddie?
So Inquisitor Croyle is a member of the Ordo Xenos, and he's effectively a big game hunter in Warhammer 40,000. So this guy hunts down exotic and weird enemy characters and monsters. He's come to Armageddon particularly to try and take out some of the Orc warlords and Orc psychers and things with that very strange alien rifle. He's mounted on the weirdest looking horse shrimp thing.
You're not going to tell us what it is?
It looks even worse with the nose bag off, right?
Yeah. You've got some options in the kit. So you've got a couple of head options for the mount, a couple of head options for the character. In game terms, he's very useful. He is a lone op, fast-moving sniper character. So you can imagine him being very useful for all sorts of things, right?
It's classified. You won't learn what it is. I'm a Custodes. I outrank him.
An enemy unit with it, the damage on it goes up and up and up across the game.
Yeah, fantastic.
It's a very gross model. I hope other people like it.
And it's one of the stranger-looking guns in Warhammer 40,000. I think it's fair to say.
I like the gun.
Riding, it is actually the last of its species. He personally hunted the rest of the species to extinction, but he thought it looked like quite a useful mount, so he kept one of them to ride around on.
So, yeah, one of a kind in a very real sense of the word.
Oh, interesting.
Now, where can you learn about all of these characters? Well, we've got a book.
Yeah, it's a genocide mount. That is correct. That's a weird flex.
A narrative book, a book with attachments in, and then a book with some new rules.
Man, I hope someone doesn't shoot it out from underneath you, because then you don't have it anymore. Why didn't... What?
Right? It's a good question. I'm not going to spoil it entirely, other than to say the space walls have something to do with it.
Oh.
On the rule side of things there, you've obviously got a whole bunch of new detachments. No surprises, some of those are Orc and Imperial themed. There's also another book in there, which is Armored Gauntlet, which is effectively...
He's probably cloned it 1,000 times. Oh, sure.
Very cool, for example, if you wanted a speed war...
Oh yeah, Trazen could steal his horse. I like that.
Mechanized company, something like that.
That sounds fitting for war on the war planet. Yeah, absolutely. And finally, there's a bunch of detachments in the detachments book, as one might expect.
There are detachments in the detachment book.
Perfect. All of this comes out alongside each other, so you'll be able to enjoy.
Ooh.
We've moved on.
Big box.
I got a standing ovation from the Imperium side of the room. The first place that you'll be able to get all of the new Astra Militarum vehicles, so the Hippogriff and the Centaur, is in Armageddon Battalion Astra Militarum, which contains all of the models you see here.
Yeah.
Okay. You're gonna have to sacrifice your child to get it.
Really solid armored core, couple of those
Congratulations, the audio has now stopped. Oh.
Absolutely, and all of those models will be available separately shortly thereafter, but if you want to get your hands on it first and save a bit of money at the same time, this is the way.
Rip my kids. Oh no, gosh, no. No, Red Tail Wolf, please spare your children. Oh. Okay.
You've got a Death Killer War Trike in there as well, and you've got a Rucker Truck Squig Buggy. This is a box that's effectively designed to accompany Wazdaka. So if you're deciding that you want
they go fast.
Wazdaka and this box together give you a really solid start.
No, don't spend your daughter's college fund.
In Transia Fray, the Dogmata Superior Company, There's a new battalion for the Adeptus Sororitas coming.
Oh,
This is like
shoot,
an
look at this one with the
infantry
whip.
army in a very real sense, with quite a sort of a disciplinarian theme to it. You've got the Repentia. You've got
A disciplinarian theme.
Yeah, it's just a really solid, quite a
Sticks and stones may break my bones.
Adeptus Sororitas, you've got all the stuff that's really good at chopping people up in close combat, basically. Fits really nicely when Transia Frayne. She's also very competent in combat.
Look at those thighs.
Either a solid start or just a...
Hang on. Look at the Repentant. Look at the thighs on these ladies.
And then there is one more battalion set. There is, I promise. Here we go. So, when your world is overrun by Xenos, what you
More
need
Death
are
Watch.
This is Battalion Death Watch.
Yeah, so Battalion Death Watch is the new Death Watch plastic miniatures that were first available in Kill Team. There are 10 of them.
Okay.
A full-sized squad of Death Watch, and you also have their flyer to transport them around. So just a really solid...
I'm sorry, the guy with the top knot, he's throwing me off. I hate the top knot look. I think it looks terrible.
Very thematic for the narrative that's unfolding here.
They look real nice, though. I do like how these look.
Dark Millennium, but we're going to show you something a little bit different.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I try to catch it as soon as possible.
Some friends from our friends at Weather Workshop, and they've got an amazing new thing that we're going to show you right now.
Bald man jump scare. Oh, Horus!
And
Once, he was known as Calistarius. Now, after conquering the Black Rage, he is reborn as one of the most formidable psychers in the Imperium of Man. Standing upon the stairs of the Arx Angelicum, we present to you the chief librarian of the Blood Angels, the Lord of Death, Mephiston.
Ooh.
He is the sole member of the Blood Angels to conquer the Black Rage. Yet beneath that control lies a force capable of devastating wrath.
This is a little too edgy for me, I won't lie.
We have depicted Mephiston amidst the battle-damaged environment of the Arx Angelicum, harnessing a powerful psychic attack. His aristocratic features contorted into a rageful expression as psychic energy ripples between his temples and through his psychic hood. In one hand, his
He is my
four-sword
stepson, yes.
Vitaris crackles with power. In the other,
I think this is like
psychic
a giant
energy
statue like
gathers,
Titus.
poised to manifest the Emperor's wrath. Mephiston's resplendent
Whoa,
artificer
his
armor,
abs.
richly adorned with Blood Angels iconography, has been rendered in exquisite detail by our sculptors.
Oh, with a pen, that's
His
kind of cool.
presence is further elevated through masterful,
They give him
visceral paint
pores.
applications, with every surface and texture carefully realized to bring depth, contrast, and
That's pretty
gravitas
cool.
to this defining portrait of the Lord of Death.
Okay, pretty cool.
He is a figure of awe within the Blood Angels chapter. Make him a figure of awe upon your shelf.
Take my bits before Warhammer takes it from me. Well, thank you. It looks very nice. I don't know if I'd get it, but it looks really cool. It's insane quality, so it's worth the price. Do I hear a number? Did they say a number?
throughout the rest of this weekend, week and weekend, that statue you saw in the video is here. If you want to look at it in person, go and chat to Jules and learn all about it. Pop down to where the Warhammer shop is, and you can see it in the flesh. It is
It's a
exquisite.
cost of down payment on a cart. Yeah, wouldn't be
While
surprised.
we're talking about licensed things, we have another officially licensed product I'm pretty excited about because they sent one for me to wear.
Oh, what is it, Adam?
Is it's the helmet.
This is the new White Stars helmet. We've seen a couple of these helmets.
These aren't very good reference photos. These are this is not the greatest quality reference image.
Titus helmet, I love it. It fits my head. If anybody wondered, my head is colossal. It's like ridiculously big. And there's room in there. It's not on its like biggest end. So a lot of people are like, oh, will it fit? Definitely, unless you have like a even larger than a starting-sized bonce, you'll be fine.
It fits even jean-enhanced heads.
There we go. You can
It would make a great base for a repaint, 100%.
On the Warhammer Community website. Make sure you go and have a look when we're done with the preview and scout it all out.
And see, I made a joke. I did make the joke that they would have worn the helmets
I think so, yeah.
earlier.
So
Psycher
really
moment.
Like
Thank you, Shadow, for recognizing that like I did.
We have other exciting news, which is still in the Dark Millennium, and this relates to something coming very soon to Warhammer Plus.
Ew.
Sigma Command, this is Flight Commander Kai.
Welcome to Sigma Nova. The Emperor protects. Where did they come from?
That looked very Star Wars for a second. Oh, that's it? It looked kind of... Oh.
This is an all-new animation coming soon to Warhammer Plus.
Well, that's going to be interesting.
Imperialis. Eddie, what can you say?
Yeah, exactly that. So we knew this animation was on its way. We can tell you a few more things about it today. So it's called Aeronautica Imperialis, and as you imagine, it is about the pilots of the Imperial Navy. They are up against the Eldar pilots of Craftworld's Sam Han, and it is effectively an aerial war of attrition across a frozen world. This will be
So it's Top Gun.
animation, much in the style of other Warhammer animations we've had on Warhammer Plus, one of which finished today. If you've not watched Penitence, go and check it out. It's on Warhammer Plus right now. This will be a 3-part series.
Who am I rooting for? No comment. But obviously the Imperium.
Yeah,
obviously.
So right now you can see some of the Eldari fighters in it. Well, it's a fighter, 2 bombers, right?
Yeah, that's right. So there's a fighter there, it's Nightwing, and then you've got a couple of Wraith fighters on the side there as well, which will effectively do the bombing runs trying to take out Imperial forces. And then on the other side, you have Imperial Thunderbolt pilots for the most part. There's quite a high attrition rate, I would say, for the Imperial Thunderbolt pilots.
Maybe don't get too attached.
Maybe don't get too attached to any of the characters. This is Kai. She is one of the Imperial pilots, piloting those Thunderbolts into the sorties against the Eldar planes.
Fantastic. And then one of the things, I've watched the first episode. I really enjoyed it. I'm one of those people that grew up watching sort of those.
Thank you, Red Tail Wolf, for the
Air
bits.
War movies, Iron Eagle, Top Gun, Battle of Britain. And
Do we get Warhammer Volleyball? Great question. Great question.
And you get to meet this guy for the first time as part of it, who's one of the Eldari.
Yeah, so this is the kind of lead pilot, I suppose, of the Eldari forces. This is Idraneth, and the Eldar scenes in this show are from his perspective, so you get to see a little
They
bit
don't
of
want his helmet off because they know everyone's going to be like, ooh. All the girlies going to be like, oh, he hot.
Yeah, absolutely. And it gives you an insight into things that you never normally see, right? The animations that appear on Warhammer Plus let us delve into corners of the sort of Warhammer universes which are unexplored up to now.
Yeah, and that is coming in May this year, so only a few weeks.
Yeah, so if you want to watch it, make sure you've got a Warhammer Plus subscription, and then it'll be on the Warhammer TV platform. Perfect. Cool. We are nowhere near done yet. We're still staying in the Warhammer 40,000 universe, but we're going to go and take a look at Kill Team for a minute now.
Squad. Call sign Jester. The toughest thrown down grunts on the Eastern Fringe. We've fought Tyranids before. They're tough. But they drop if you know where to shoot them. We thought we were ready. We were wrong.
Ooh. Oh, he's sick. Oh, dang, that's terrifying.
Spectre Squad. Call sign Jester. The toughest throw.
Oh, I was like, oh, they're playing it
I
again?
think we're done. Right, I'm going to talk as if we're back on air. So this is Kill Team Terror on Devlin, and we'd like to introduce you to the fighting men and women.
Yeah,
of
Red
Spectre
Terror,
Squad, which is a brand new Kill Team, 4 Kill Team. These are elite scout troops for the Astra Militarum.
Yeah, this is effectively a brand new kill team. This is a kind of stealthy, scouty kill team with lots of kind of fun mechanics to keep yourself hidden before.
Oh, that's not good. Straight up, the video's lagged. Yep. Yeah. Okay, glad it's not me. Oh! Nids ate the cords. Yeah, keep your cords away from the nids. Someone did say, and I thought this was funny, it's like, man, a $1 million+ company cannot figure out live stream yet. Streamers can do it on a regular basis. Honestly, I mean, I won't deny it's tough to do live streaming in a setting like that versus like an office. But GW, let me help you. Let me help you with this. You can totally make it work. This can't happen every time you have a stream. Yeah, you need to set up like well in advance. And I know they have other like things going on throughout the day, but like you gotta make sure your stuff works. Like, come on, GW, hire me so that I can like help you, please. This is not a good look. And Red Tail Wolf, thank you for the 5 subs on Twitch. They are the kings of scuff. They have more scuff than a VTuber does. This is also happening to Bricky. Yeah, this is a them issue. Oh, no audio, but GW has a market cap of 5.93 billion and makes almost $800 million a year, pretty much. Yeah. Thank you for the bits, Shadow. Yeah, come on, GW. Hit me up. I will help you. Heck, I'll even host the award show. I'll do the awards. We'll do the reveals. Come on, man. You know you want to. Don't you want more girls in the hobby? Anyways. For a second, I thought this guy was really short, but he's just squatting. Valrak's losing his mind due to this. I mean, it's just bad. It looks so bad. Like, I'm not gonna lose my cool over this. It's just it's embarrassing. Oh my gosh, it's a Steve. It's a Steve. Steve Beacon. Yeah, at least the red tear is back. SteveCon, it's a convention full of Servo Skulls. I like it. Good plan. Pat the Steve, yes. There you go. There's my Steve that's touching this Steve. I wonder if anyone else can hear it. I don't see anything on my end that says. Yeah, no, there's no audio. Whoa, whoa, whoa. How dare you say that about Steve? Looks like they're trying to fix it. They're blabbering. Okay, well, I'll blabber. I'll blabber. All right, guys. Here's what you should do. Send an email to GW. Tell them I want to help them. All of you send an email. Say, get a streamer. Doesn't even have to be me, for crying out loud. Send them an email. Say, there are people that will help them. Boss, no, why? I don't want any streamer cursed by then. Well, look. I feel like I'd even have a better time than whatever this is. The YouTube stream from GW just died. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. We could get a bunch of streamers like Bricky and you two could host the panel and it would be 100% better. Perhaps. Perhaps. Yeah, email reason. I was not saying harass them. Let me clarify. Politely email them and say, hey, there are people who are offering to help you. Don't harass them. I'm sorry, I didn't clarify that because I don't feel like that needs to be clarified. Never harass someone. That's silly. That's I can't believe I even have to say that. That's annoying that I have to say that, because what kind of society are we living in that I have to clarify to not harass someone? Oh, audio, I hear it. It's really quiet.
Here's some more close-ups of the things that are in the box. My favorite guy, top right, which is the recordless rifle, toting.
I know I underestimate the internet, but I can still be disappointed.
It's not a good time for Imperial Governors.
Really not a good week to be an Imperial Governor. No, absolutely not. But yeah,
I saw someone say the stream broke before the guard did. Ah, well said, well said.
with a bunch of gaunts as well that help you play some of those earlier missions. But as well as this box, there is also an expansion book coming, which is called...
Put me in, coach. Put me in. I'll fix your live streams.
Operatives dossier,
Oh.
and as well as rules for being able to play the Red Terror, it also allows you to do almost any kind of big thing that you might want to fight. So if you want, you know, you could hunt down a Dreadnought or a Hellbrute or a Carnifex or anything like that.
Yeah,
this
there's
allows
some
you to
audio.
play those kind of games.
Yeah, and there's different ways to play it as well. One of the examples that the book gives is 2 kill teams going up against each other while a Hellbrute and a Redemptor Dreadnought slug it out in the middle of the battlefield.
Oh, that's
so
pretty
there's
cool.
loads of cool opportunities to have some fun. Of course, you'll need some new Nemesis operatives, so we've got some returning favourites from Blackstone Fortress.
Yeah, so
Ooh.
this is the Archivist. He is a Zote. So we last saw him in Blackstone Fortress. We are re-releasing him
Ew.
for use in games of Kill Team. And yeah, you can bring this
He's
guy along,
weird.
have your Kill Team
Purge
try and hunt
him.
down. Also coming back from Blackstone Fortress, we have another returning Nemesis operative, which hopefully we'll get to see in a second.
So the next one up is the Amble. A real classic from
I
back
like
in the
the
day,
Amble.
Warhammer.
Yeah, so ambles are common to worlds across the Imperium. They're effectively an invasive predatory species. Their prey includes humans. So you
Yep.
definitely have bad news if you start an amble colony on your planet. But they are exactly the sort of thing that would rampage through
It's
the
like
middle of the
introducing
Kill Team
Jurassic
board,
Park.
messing up the battle that you might be trying to have against your opponent.
Fantastic. So that's a whole bunch of great and exciting things for Warhammer 40,000 Kill Team. We're going to take a slight diversion away from the 41st millennium and go back about 10,000 years now. And
Oh,
have a look at some upcoming
Sorry.
releases which you've got planned for.
I try to catch it as soon as possible. Oh,
Let's start with, if we can, the Legiones Astartes.
Maybe we can.
There we go. So there we are. Warhammer the Horus Heresy. And this is a new variant coming
Oh.
soon to the classic Spartan tank. This is the Spartan Prometheus assault tank.
This is basically the tank if you really, really like heavy bolters. We basically put as many
I was
heavy
gonna say.
bolters as it's possible to put on a Spartan onto the Spartan.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a classic tank with a new armored variant. The kit will include not just the heavy bolter mounts that you can see there.
Heavy,
but it also
heavy
includes
bolters.
laser destroyers, which is one of my favorite ways of blowing up enemy tanks. Here you can see some detail. The one on the right-hand side, that's the laser destroyer. It's got some extra bits and pieces and is a perfect way to transport your soldiers across the battlefield in relative safety.
Yeah. I think you've got two very different ways of playing this. The laser destroyer is obviously excellent for taking out enemy tanks.
Yep.
The heavy bolters arguably become much more useful in recent months. Obviously, you've got the Mechanicum have joined in a big way to the Horus Heresy. Solar Auxilia are quite common, so the heavy bolter loadout has become much more useful than it maybe was at the start
Yeah,
of
eat bolt
Horus
gun.
Heresy, where you only really fought against Space Marines.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, this isn't the only thing that's coming for the Horus Heresy. There's also reinforcements due for the Solar Auxilia. So here you can see, rendered in plastic for the first time, the Karanite Ogren section.
Yeah, so the Karanite Ogrins are basically like the brawlers and brutes of the Solar Auxilia. If you have a Solar Auxiliary army, you will know that mostly on the battlefields of the
I got those astronaut suits.
Darkness,
There we go.
you are outclassed basically by Space Marines and Custodes and demons and all sorts of stuff. So if the enemy reaches your lines, you need a counterpunch. The Ogren section provides that. These are brutal brawler melee units that can run in and with sheer
They're kind of neat. Not my thing, but
toe to toe with some of the gene-enhanced superhumans of that age.
Yeah, absolutely. And this isn't the only thing for the Solar Auxilia. They're also getting some additional fire support. Here we can see one of the close-ups.
This guy's a little freaky.
But they've also got some heavier weapons coming to bolster the Solar Auxilia. You've got this is the Rapier fire support battery. Essentially, this is how you tackle enemies you can't see, right? So right now on the screen, there we go. So this is the shooting down variant. It's the classic mole mortar. You can see that guy's clutching canisters that aim equipped with driller-tipped shells for going underground and coming up inside bunkers and trench lines. Then you've also got the bombard, which is for loosing off multiple shots and raining hell down upon the enemy.
Yeah, both of these really cool different ways to shoot the enemy from far away, whether they're underground or overground. There's also a direct
one guy shooting at ants, yeah, perhaps.
On its way as well, which also has a variety of different options. We'll get a shot of that in a second too. Yeah,
so the first kit, it makes either of those support weapons for firing indirectly, either the quad launcher or the mole mortar, and then the direct fire kit contains things for shooting in a straight line. So here we go, the classic heavy bolter setup that you might expect to see on a rapier platform.
It is a good day for fans of heavy bolters.
Yeah, they are living large. Yeah. This thing became so useful to the Solar Auxilia.
Yes, a tiny, tiny guy.
Battles of the Great Crusade era were fought in space in boarding actions. And so there's a fun fact, if you look at the caterpillar tracks on these things, there's like rubberized nubs running between them. That's so that it doesn't skid around on the deck plating of hulls of enemy ships. Yeah. So this kit, as we said, it makes a quad heavy bolter. It also has other options. There's a multi-laser. This is the laser destroyer. So you've got a variety of weapons with which you can equip your rapier platforms and bring battle to the enemy however you see fit.
Yeah, loads of ways of killing the enemy from far away, and also some Ogrins to kill them up close.
Perfect, absolutely so. Some of these things, the rules for them you won't find inside your existing Liber books. Fear not, there is a new journal Tactica on the way.
The Battle of Talon, Part 1. There may be more on the way. Talon, of course, is the most famous tank battle of the Horus Heresy. A tank battle that was so brutal that the scars of it can still be felt 10,000 years later.
Yeah,
I have not read that.
You can expect this to delve into that epic encounter.
I didn't know about that.
Horus Heresy fans, of which it seems there's a great many in the room, something to sink their teeth into. There we go. Right. Let's leave Warhammer 40,000 and the Horus Heresy for a little while. We're coming back to them towards the end of the show. And let's go to the Warhammer Underworlds. So, on your screen right now, you can see Thuriel's Zephyrite, an all-new Underworlds warband from the Lumineth Realm Lords.
Yes, this is a really fun multi-trick warband with loads of different abilities. You've got some great combat units in there. There's some shooting characters. There's some magic, so it's a real kind of jack-of-all-trades warband. They've got some really fun mechanics. They are built around, effectively, use of the Hurricane Temple. And
very elfy. As I say, Pancreas will like this.
The wind you can see, just kind of bottom right there. And she's got some kind of fun mechanics in terms of the warband.
So Thuriel is the leader of the
like
warband,
little
kind
fox.
of like a wind mage, as it were, and Zool is the familiar that you see next to her, kind of like a fox, dog, cat thing. So there you can see
fox, dog, not cat.
There's an interesting mechanic with this warband, which is essentially
she's a giant fan.
Based on sort of feeling the skeins of wind and on the air, and that helps them locate the enemy and then outmaneuver them. And so Zool,
that's supposed to be wind.
It's like a marker, and essentially its proximity gives buffs to the models that are attacking it.
Yeah, it's effectively like the eye of the hurricane wherever it goes.
Absolutely.
And then the units around it get buffs based on their proximity.
That's kind of funny that she uses wind and then she's like, I also have a giant fan.
Your units are most effective.
And it continues this lovely trend that Warhammer Underworlds has had of showing like awesome familiars and creatures and stuff as well.
I think everybody likes it when the warbands have a pet.
Yeah, absolutely. This is my favorite model.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just that classic sort of ranger archetype, and really reminds me of maybe Shadow Warriors from the world that was.
Makes me think of like a D&D mini.
Yeah, absolutely.
It doesn't feel all that special, like very standard.
Soon to Warhammer Underworlds, and are an exciting thing to maybe change up the meta that we see in the Underworlds tournament scene. That'd be really nice. Very good. We're going to depart now from Warhammer Underworlds and go to a place very near and dear to my heart as a staunch fan of Middle-earth. Let's go and let's look at some things coming out for the Middle-earth strategy battle game. So this is the first of the releases that we'll talk about. These are the Hill Tribesmen Commanders, inspired by the Lord of the Rings, The War of the Rohirrim movie. The animated
I never saw that.
At the cinema a few years ago. I loved it. and it's great to see these guys making it onto the tabletop. We've already got the Hill Tribesmen.
Is that
warriors,
movie any
so
good?
this gives you some additional commanders for your force. You've got the Chieftain on the left, you've got a Standard Bearer and a Hornblower. There's an additional option contained within this kit which will be very useful.
Pretty good, yes. I heard it wasn't good.
Side of the screen, this guy is a variant and essentially allows you to build the Chieftain instead as
some people saying no, mostly knows.
Towers in the Lord of the Rings trilogy, where Saruman and the Wild Men make their compact to attack Rohan together.
Yeah. You've also got some options on the Chieftain in
They're
as well. The Chieftain can have
pretty
a two-handed weapon, or he can have
bland, these models. They're not like WoW, which I guess they're not supposed to wow me.
Yeah, and as you can see, like the middle
They're
team
okay.
just continue to lavish the detail and attention that the range deserves onto these models. These are fantastic leaders and extra helpers for your army.
Lord of the Rings models are like that. That's fair. That's fair. They're just kind of average dudes. It's not fantasy or 40K.
Although they take a lot of casualties. Who are they fighting against? Well, the Hill Tribesmen's traditional enemy is obviously the Rohirrim. And so first of all, we have new Warriors of Rohan Commanders. This is a command set that features a captain, a standard bearer, and a hornblower. Classic.
I like his armor though.
Warriors in their war bands into battle.
Yeah, so this is a really lovely multi-part kit.
I guess it's like too realistic, I guess, for my taste. Like, it's fantasy, but it's like humans in fantasy.
So you have a choice of heads. So you can have either an armored kind of head, as you can see there. There's also an unhelmeted head if you just want him to have. If you wanted to have two characters in your army, for example, you could have both.
Low fantasy, yes.
Unhelmeted one. They've also got a choice on the captain of different chest plates. So you can either have this kind of leather armored one that looks quite similar to the Warriors of Rohan. There's also a heavily armored one, which you can see there, which fits in really nicely if you've gone for like a Royal Guard heavy Riders of Rohan force, which are quite a popular unit. Or if you just want to have two in your army and them look different.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm impressed with the painting of the wood on the shields. That's impressive to me.
Perhaps the most anticipated kit for Rohan, been desired for a long time, is a redo of the now quarter-century-old Riders of Rohan. These are one of the most iconic units that you see in all of the Lord of the Rings movies.
They are absolutely
wait, let me see Gandalf.
This is a very venerable kit getting an update. The original Riders of Rohan, of course, came out alongside the original trilogy 25 years
Yeah, that's
ago.
a while ago.
So these are well due an update. The horses are amazing. I really like the armored helmets on these.
Yeah, I do like the helmets.
Well-equipped warriors. Every single one of them comes with a shield, a hand weapon, a bow. You've also got the option in there to give them throwing weapons as well. Just a really cool, dynamic looking.
They really liked the brown horses.
The guys who
we couldn't make it.
Will want to know. All of the hand
no
weapons
diversity here.
Where you see them holding the axes and the swords and the throwing spears. They can either be hand weapons or they can be throwing spears. So it's a versatile unit. I recommend the throwing spears for the record. So a really long-awaited and much anticipated kit for Rohan, and it's just beautiful to see them rendered. I've got a Rohan army. I've put some of these new ones alongside it, and they also go really nicely together. So
good.
If what your thing is collecting all the models and having your force look beautiful on the shelf in your cabinet, these are going to blend in beautifully.
Yeah, and that's one of the things about Rohan, right, is that they're not standardized completely, so you can mix kind of the older ones with the new ones. These ones could just be the slightly fancier ones with the...
I want a comparison. I want to see what the old ones look like. I'll look them up later.
That's also fine.
Fantastic. Now, that's our time in Middle-earth done, and it was lovely to be there for a little while, but it's time to go onwards as we continue on our preview. We're going to go now from Middle-earth to the Mortal Realms.
Our enemies think us weak.
Check this out.
We will dissuade them of that notion. We shall not cower behind our walls.
I knew it.
We are the wall. We will march out, reclaim the lost realms. Our enemies will break upon
There's
our
a little
shields.
guy.
And by courage and steel, we will drive them back to whatever foul pit once spawned them. Our enemies think us weak.
I like how that one guy was carrying a door as a shield.
Fantastic addition to the Cities of Sigmar range. Loads of things to talk about. We saw them briefly on the screen. Let's delve into them in some more detail. First up are the Free Guild
He's got a
Grenadier.
flamer.
Yeah, so Free Guild Grenadiers are effectively your hard-working, all-purpose elite infantry for the Free Guild. They come with great combat stats, they come with shooting abilities, they've got grenades, there's a flamethrower in the unit, there's a blunderbuss in the unit. They are just a really useful unit in game. In lore terms, they've got some really interesting things about how they're chosen from amongst the Free Guilds.
Yeah, absolutely. Essentially, the Free Guilds recruit the brawniest, the sturdiest, the biggest and toughest warriors from amongst their number, and then train them to be the Grenadiers. These are the breachers. You know, when you create a breach in an enemy fortress, or you need to sweep the foe out of a city, these are the ones you send in, and they've got like the build and the tools for the
This makes me think of Pyro, how like covered up he is.
Down and dirty fighters, if you need to kind of cleanse an undead infestation from a mausoleum or something, these are the people you send in. Every single one of these models is really fun.
And this one's demo man.
You can see them being like the kind of logical extension of the steel helmets, but even more sort of brutal, equipped for whatever the situation demands of them.
Yeah, absolutely. They are, however, not the only new unit that we saw in that preview. And they're not the only elite unit.
Where's
for that
Sniper?
matter.
Ah,
We
sorry,
also
I don't
saw
know.
for the first time the Free Guild Gallants, which I think we can go to now. So these are like
Ooh.
foot knights for the Cities of Sigmar, right?
Yeah, so we've already seen a unit of knights on horses. These are the
What a weird helmet.
infantry equivalent. They are the best defensive unit, effectively, in the Cities of Sigmar. They can take a charge incredibly well.
Look at this little
one of them is
gremlin.
effectively an iconic hero for the Cities of Sigmar.
What is this
They not only
about?
fight very well, but they inspire the troops around them to fight better. The miniatures are phenomenally cool.
Yeah,
there
there's-
are like loads of different cool helmet designs and shield designs and weird little creatures that go on the base and weapons and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, if you get a kick out of like unusual armor types, they've got like.
And
my
see, this
favourite
one
helmet
has
of
a
all time
guy
is the
too.
completely anachronistic visored barboot, which you've got here. We saw a hound skull on the last guy. You can interchange the heads and lots of the arms and things, so you can make this unit entirely your own and oozing in
Weird
character
helmet,
and
you're
charm,
one to
right?
talk.
You can also mix quite a lot of the parts in this kit with the existing knights.
Free
if
Guild
you've-
Cavaliers as
Yeah,
well?
so with the Cavaliers, so if you've got some like...
I'm not
spare helmets and
talking to
stuff,
you.
Or you just want loads and loads of knights, you can mix and swap and change and make some really unique things. So it's a lovely kit to play with. The miniatures look great. It's a great unit in the game as well.
Fantastic. We also saw some new hero models for the
There's
Cities of Sigmar.
so many new
So
heroes.
this guy is Jorvan Creel.
Ooh.
He's the.
I like the
survivor of
Panther.
Embergard, is it?
Anvilgard.
Anvilgard, there we go. And he's kind of like a ranger archetype, right?
Yeah, so he is a survivor.
I
of the
like
cities
how
that have
they
been
knew
taken
what
over
we
by
were gonna
forces
look
from
at.
Marathi
The
Kane.
Panther,
He has,
which is why
blood
they had
rings
that
basically
extra
in
image.
Kane. But right now he is engaged in driving back the Skaven infestations of the mortal realms in the Realm of Fire. He is accompanied into battle by an Ash Panther, and he is effectively a really solid, dependable, mid-range skirmish hero for the Cities of Sigmar.
Fantastic. And he's still not the only hero that we saw. Next up is the Malish Forge Priest. A classic take on that warrior priest archetype from the world that was. Sigmar
He
is
looks
like a
goofy.
smith
Oh
god,
my
and here
gosh.
he is priest with an enormous hammer.
Yeah, so I mean, the warrior priest.
He looks
archetype is
goofy
such
as
a
heck, what?
cool, piece of Warhammer lore, and it's great to see that kind of coming through in Warhammer Age of Sigmar now. There's a couple of options in there as well. You've got a choice of heads.
Me when I
You can
drop
have the
my
classic ball,
freshly
or if
painted
you're
mini on the
or
floor.
You can have the kind of slightly mad-looking monk look.
Yep.
And of course, he comes with an enormous Warhammer. This game's called Warhammer. Warhammer's gonna be pretty
Oh,
perfect
I'm
sense,
gonna
doesn't
make a meme about this
Absolutely.
face. As
There was
soon
also
as
a
we're
trio
done,
of wizards that we saw
soon as we're
with
done,
the
I'm
teased
posting a
in
meme.
that. First up is Axiom
Ooh.
Pyrocaster. This is your classic fire wizard. Has some really interesting rules in the game.
I like the
Essentially,
paint.
Once she targets a unit with a
Paint
spell,
scheme is nice.
that unit gains a characteristic, which essentially means that it's starting
Incandescent, I think.
Incandescent, yeah, it's starting to smolder, and subsequent targeting of the same unit is even more dramatic. I think it adds.
It's a
deep
very
more
dynamic mini.
Yeah, the miniature is just really, really cool as well. Like you can see it.
Killer
looks
paint
like a
job,
tree
really.
state, right? I can imagine some of these appearing at future Golden Demons and things like that.
I think it would be
And
really
crazy though this
boring.
one is, it is not even nearly the craziest looking wizard. in this,
Unless it like got
update.
painted this good.
Exactly. Next up, we'd like to introduce you to.
You have to do flames
the
really well.
Amethyst Nell Mage.
So this
Oh,
is
shoot. Oh, I
a
like
wizard
this.
Who uses the power of Shaiish, the power of death.
The candle is
replete
sick.
With various symbols of the realm of death. They have a scythe, there's loads of skulls, they have a weird candle. They have
Ooh,
a bell on their head and 2 weird mechanical skeletons that hit the bell.
Look at his
regular intervals.
face.
And there's even a version where you can lift up the visor, and that's what
Put a bag over him. Oh my goodness.
By 2 mechanical skeletons all day long.
Yeah,
You say the
absolutely. This
helmet is
sort of
weird. That
grim
face is
darkness
even
writ
weirder.
large,
Put
isn't
that
it?
helmet back on, man.
It's the strangest, most odd helmet. I love everything about it. The hourglass in the side, just everything about this is amazing.
Still not the
It's
weirdest
still not
wizard.
might be the weirdest wizard, absolutely. Next up, we have Erasmus Zon, the Enlightened One.
So Erasmus Zon is
I've never seen this creature.
an inhabitant of Settler's Gain, which is a twin Lumineth and Cities of Sigmar city. He is one of the first graduates of a program set up by the Lumineth to try and teach mortal followers the ways
goat
of
head is
ways
unnerving to me.
enlighten them into the ways of the Lumineth. He has been so successful in that he's actually surpassed the magical ability of some of his trainers. So the Lumineth are maybe not super.
Oh, I just noticed the snake tail.
To light magic, but he is a very powerful spellcaster. The wizard obviously does all of those things. But the thing you notice
I'd like to
about
talk about his
is
mount,
that
right?
Really weird mount.
Yeah, so
Yes.
that is a heliomorph. If you've ever seen one of them before, then you're a better
No,
person
I
than
can't
am.
say I've
It's called
seen one.
Glyphwing, and it is the uncanny combination of a ram, a griff, and it has a snake for a tail.
Yeah, it's basically what happens if you
They just
when
put-
you're choosing your mount, you tick every box.
I was gonna say they just put animals in a blender.
It's a really fun character, and it fills out another one of those winds of magic that are now accessible
Yeah,
to.
the colleges are kind
Yeah,
of
you've
really...
got 4 of them now, I think, out of the possible colleges, which is
Absolutely.
pretty cool.
Now, we also saw in this the Gate Gargants, which are fantastic.
I
fantastic
love
new,
the use of the
kit
doors.
for the,
That's
Cities of Sigmar.
awesome.
There's a way that the Cities of Sigmar fight, right? They advance
Although,
like a moving
this is a
castle
bad
as the
call. It's
Dawn
already,
Crusades
like-
go out into the mortal realms.
It's mounted on their heads. It's oddly balanced. They're gonna have to like do this to support it and like.
These guys are the Barbican, the gate. So
But
they take
this
the
is
charge
really-
of the
I like
enemy,
this
they
concept.
smash against those enormous doors. Once the enemy's broken upon them, they part the gates and open up, and your gallants and your steel helms charge out into the middle of the enemy. They sally forth. This is just a really weird, fun, bonkers unit. For
Yes,
the
it is.
Mortal Realms. They fight very well as well. Those are Gargant.
Oh, it's not on the head, it's on the backpack. I can't see from this angle. Okay, that makes way more sense. But still, it's not balanced very well.
An interesting unit for Cities of Sigmar.
Fantastic.
You see the
So,
back?
We also saw, as well as these.
Thank you for
new,
correcting me. Yeah,
kit,
they're
which is
still very
known as
unstable.
Daughter's Triumph. This is kind of like a floating memorial for the warriors of the
This
Cities
makes
of
me think
Sigmar
of Chamber
as
of
they
Secrets in
travel
Harry
across
Potter, the
mortal
girls'
realms
bathroom.
and launch their crusade. And it's kind of a remembrance of all of the fighters that have given their lives as part of this campaign, right?
That's right, yeah. So when they set out on a crusade from one of the major cities, every member of the Dawnbringer
The sink.
Crusade
It probably
will give
takes you
a
to the
coin
Chamber of
back.
Secrets.
Those are the coins that you see sprinkled across the bottom of that memorial there. Those are basically the coins of the warriors who've given their lives for the crusade. When they finally reach their destination and start a city, you can imagine that this memorial will form an iconic part of that city somewhere in the landscape. So this is a memorial they take with them. In game terms, it offers you buffs to units around it, so they fight harder in its presence.
Yeah, absolutely. There's also, for the Cities of Sigmar, a new Regiment of Renown on the way. This is Vendenst's Hound.
Doggies.
Vendenst are famous.
They
for
know
hunting
what the
down
people like, and they like the
enemies of the
dogs.
Cities of Sigmar, so maybe they're hunting down the Soul-like Gravelords or demons or other things.
Yeah, so you can add this effectively into other Order armies.
Yep.
So if you're going up against demons, undead, enemy wizards, that sort of thing, these guys have the tools to take it down, to track their enemy, bring them to heel, and then put a stake through their heart.
Yeah, and they're accompanied into battle by. The
Yes, we love the
Wildwood War
dogs.
Hunters.
Thank you, Red
So
Towel, for the bits.
perfect
We love
accompaniment
doggos.
to, scout out the enemy, to locate them, and maybe sort of keep them.
I'm gonna paint one and name it Princess.
That's a lot of stuff for the Cities of Sigmar, right? We are not done yet. Do you want to see some more? Let's show you the next video.
Aye, we persist in an age of monsters. And there are foes that faith and valor alone cannot best. For such enemies, Sigmar again provides. Take heart, warriors of the God King! You fight
What?
in the shadow of behemoths, The cogforts of the Iron World march with us. With cannon and flame, we will drive back the enemies of Sigma. With such engines of war at our side, how can mere monsters stand against us?
It's Howl's moving castle. You're right. You're so
Here we
right.
have
The
crowd
dwarves
has gone
clearly
wild in the room.
collaborated
Here
on
we
this
have
project.
A fantastic new centerpiece model for the Cities of Sigma armies.
Wow.
These are the cog forts, and right now on your screen you have the cannonade cog fort.
I love this model so much.
That's
It is
kinda
such
cool.
a cool addition. I think people who've collected Cities of Sigmar have basically been waiting for this kit since it was hinted at in some of the early battle tomes of the edition.
Wow.
It is finally here in glorious plastic, and it is well worth waiting for.
It would make an
There's
orc
so much to
weep,
talk
man.
about.
They'd be all
Yeah,
over
we've
this.
seen this hinted at in some of the artwork and stories, and even in the background of one of the scenes in an animation. This is the Cannonade Cog Fort. It's the first one we'll talk about. Essentially,
That's crazy.
It is a walking fortress equipped with 2 massive cannons. It's got point defense guns. It's powered by a Duardin forged boiler you can see on the left. This is everything you want to carry the Crusade of Sigmar into the mortal realms.
Yeah, this is the shooty version
Wow.
of the Cog Fort, right? So the gun on the back is called a Godbreaker cannon. It is very, very good at killing almost anything. One of the cool things about it is that when you shoot it, you get to choose a different type of ammunition each time you fire. So if you're shooting at something that's got a ward save, something that's very tough, or something that is lots of things in a
But like
unit,
a castle,
you've got
you like
different
tanks.
abilities based
Yeah,
on
you
what
got
shoot at.
both.
It is
You got
a
both.
monstrously powerful thing. It is probably the most dangerous ranged war machine in the game.
Absolutely. And it's not the only cog fort that this kit makes. We also have the option for the Conqueror Cog Fort. This is a different proposition entirely. It is equipped with a realm
You have a
scorcher
male or
cannon.
a
It is an
female
enormous
cog fort.
flamethrower.
Yeah, it does a ridiculous amount of damage. It kicks out 66 shots when it fires, which is phenomenally good for Sigmar. The other thing that's got in its belly, instead of a cannon, you effectively have a drawbridge and sally port. You can transport a unit inside the cog
I
fort
accept.
and then charge out of the front of it into combat. So once you've broken the back of the enemy fort with your shooting, you can then charge into the still on fire enemy with your gallants or your grenadiers or something like that and kill anything that's left.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's look at some of the details of these kits. So here you can see some of the things we've talked about.
I like the
first
green
would
on
be,
this one. That's
in
nice.
the top right-hand corner of the screen, you can see now what the interior looks like if you lift off that roof.
Yeah,
That's
there's
pretty
loads
neat.
There's so much detail in this kit. Before I was talking about the different types of ammunition you can fire, you can see the different types of ammunition stacked up behind the gunners. So it's almost like a mini diorama inside the kit. You can also see the sally port and drawbridge down if you want to. You can roll it out of the kit.
That's pretty
you
cool.
can
I
imagine
like
the
that.
troops charging down the front there into the enemy line.
Yeah, absolutely. My favorite detail.
I can fit so many rats in that.
And this is the Duardin forged furnace that powers the entire cog fort. And there's an interesting clue to a piece of story about it. You can see sandbags hanging on the side. This is the most valuable and important part. These are forged by the Ironworld Arsenal.
That's true.
If everything's going wrong, they'll launch a hot air balloon device out of the top, power it by the furnace, detach it from the cog fort and fly it away, because that's the bit you have to save.
Yeah, the engine basically of the cog fort is the valuable part. That's what the enemy's trying to get to. There's some other cool stuff that we can tell you about
very
cog forts
smart.
as well. If you can jump to the next slide.
So this is, the first thing is, you might like to include a cog fort in your Cities of Sigma army, but what if you just really like the cog forts?
That's a great question, Adam. You can have an army of renown that is entirely made up of cog forts. It is
I
It is
love
called
it.
the Iron March.
I love
and
it.
effectively, it does a few things. So first of all, it gives you a bunch of extra rules if you really just like cog forts and you want to
All
just have lots of them.
forts.
The other thing that it does is unlocks 2 more types of cog fort you can build in your force.
Okay.
So the basic kit is either 2 cannons or a flamethrower and the sally port. In the Iron March, you can swap the tops over basically. So you can have 1 cannon, 1 flamer, or you can have the cannon and the sally port. The only other unit you can include in this army is the Free Guild Gallants, which basically give you a way to have something inside the Conqueror Cog Fort to charge out the front.
And a Malice Forge priest to make sure they're working all right.
Yeah, just to hit them before the battle starts.
Beautiful. what if you really like Cogforts and you don't have a Cities of Sigmar army, Eddie?
That's also a great question, Adam. Well,
Kit
there
bash.
is a regiment of renown in the Cities of Sigmar battle tome, which allows you to take a Cogfort in any Age of Sigmar army.
Okay. That's pretty cool.
There are Cogforts in the realms who have decided basically to go privateer. They've gone and become soldiers of fortune across the mortal realms, selling their services to the highest bidder.
The concept of that is hilarious.
Whose occupants have given in to the sway of chaos. There may be some Cogforts who the occupants have died and been resurrected by dark forces of the realm of death, or been paid to work in mercenary armies for destruction. So
okay, I like that.
in your army, you absolutely can, and it also opens up some great opportunities for conversions. I can already imagine people doing weird undeath or destruction or chaos Cogforts.
Absolutely. So this really
That's
is
a really cool
incredible
mini
centerpiece thing for your Cities of Sigmar army. The rules for it and everything you need to know, all the lore and everything behind it, will be included in the forthcoming Order Battle Tome, Cities of Sigmar, which is everything you need to
Rat
use in
Fort.
these games of Warhammer Age of Sigmar.
Yeah, all the stuff you would normally expect in a battle tome is in there as well, but it's not the only thing on its way for Age of Sigmar.
There is a new spearhead box. This is City of Ash, and it includes 2 forces. I feel like the room has picked up on one. I'll very briefly explain. The first place you'll be able to get your hands on the Grenadiers, the Gallants, the Malice Forge Priest, and Mr. Creel is inside this box. Let's talk about the other things we can see on the screen.
Yeah, up against him is
Other than the
a
rats,
long-anticipated expansion for the forces of Clans Eshin. The last time we had a sizable release for Clans Eshin was wartime, basically.
Half my life ago.
Yeah, a really long time ago.
gosh.
So they've been well overdue for some updates.
See, I
and
don't
the
know
updates
that
are
sort of thing.
phenomenally cool. So let's go through what you've got. You get some Night Runners.
They're
in
like
this
the
box.
lowest rung in the Clans Eshin.
They are
right?
the bottom rung of your Clans Eshin, but still very
I like
useful
how he
little
tied
sneaky
the
scouts
knife
unit
to his
run
tail.
around, throwing shuriken and stabbing enemies in the back. The next unit you have up are the Gutter Runners. They are also in this box. Gutter Runners are
that's
the
pretty
kind of
cool.
mid-tier, I suppose, of the Clans Eshin. They are they've gone through the ranks. They were Night Runners, then they've graduated to Gutter Runners. There's some really characterful, fun little models in this. You've got some with
Oh, I
poison
like the
weapons,
skull.
some with
That's
classic
really
kind of,
neat.
double-bladed punch daggers, and all of the Gutter Runners have got that slightly longer, shadowy cloak on them as well. They
Yeah,
look really
absolutely.
cool.
Obviously, somebody needs to lead this spearhead. This is a model you'll be familiar with if you follow the Skaven in Warhammer Age of Sigmar. This is a Deathmaster. He is lovely. We've seen him before. Would you like to see another Deathmaster?
Yes.
Then may we introduce you to Deathmaster Crixit.
Ooh.
Deathmaster Crixit is
That helmet,
probably
though.
the most notorious of all the Deathmasters currently working in Skavenblight. He is so confident in his abilities as an assassin that he's made his identity public, which is almost unheard of for a Deathmaster.
Whoa.
He has slain many rivals and many enemy heroes.
That's
terms,
pretty-
He is an absolute blender.
That's
of a
huge.
character. Like more than I think 13 attacks, something like that, like a ludicrous number of attacks.
13 would be the right
I
number,
think it's
right?
13. I hope it's 13. He is very, very good, as you would imagine, at killing enemy heroes, but such a good character, he can basically blend through almost any small unit.
And
in
the
Age of
way
Sigmar.
that they've rendered this character, they captured the sort of, almost it looks like his cloak is made of smoke as it sort of
Maybe
drifts.
it
Yeah,
is.
he's
There's
not a
definitely little
coward,
bit of,
unlike most Skaven.
Olgian magic there, isn't there?
At least that's what it
Stood on
seems
sort of,
like.
Crumbling bits of some building, and that's a useful segue into one of the other things that this kit includes, which is some fantastic terrain for you to play your games around.
Yeah, so this box set, City of Ash, is actually set in Embergard. Embergard was the location of the Warhammer Plus animation that we had last year. That animation is effectively the sequel to this box set. Embergard was a quite prosperous city of Sigmar. It is now basically in ruins after the events of the Skaven Tide.
Forget the terrain,
But
give me
one of
more
the things you get in the
rats.
box is lots of these cool
Oh,
ruined buildings.
there you go.
You also get a bunch
Rat.
of very cool scattered terrain as well. So it gives you a very cool new way to play Spearhead. The box will also, the terrain will also be available separately. So if you just like the idea of a battlefield that looks like a built-up area in Age of Sigmar, this gives you a chance to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Here you can see everything that is included within Spearhead City of Ash. So you've got all of the models, the terrain, the cards and things you need to start playing Spearhead. This is a great way in if you haven't played Warhammer Age of Sigmar Spearhead before. And frankly, if you already have and you just want 2 great new spearheads, it's the perfect lunchtime game.
It's a self-contained box as well, so even if you've never played Age of Sigmar before, this actually gives you everything you need to start playing. And 2 really, really cool anticipated armies as well. Like Eshin, players have been looking forward to this for a really long time. New Cities of Sigmar stuff, this is a great way to pick up a few of those new units as well. So whether you kind of keep it all for yourself or split it with a friend, this is a great box.
Absolutely. So, that was a whistle-stop tour through the mortal realms as we got excited about Warhammer Age of Sigmar. We are still not done.
I hope not.
We are going to return back to the grim darkness of
Yeah.
the 41st millennium.
Probably the last set of stuff they're going to talk about.
Really exciting video to show you now. Let's go back to 40K.
I see red.
Armageddon, the war world. Its soil is worthless, salted by the blood and sweat of generations.
Yes.
War is all that remains. It rises from the dust and echoes in the sky, a promise, a cacophony of endings. Sanguinius' sons, angels of death.
Yes.
We belong here.
Get him, boys.
Our veins burn with his wrath. Our twin hearts hammer with his rage. War is all that we
I
know.
love the mask. Ultramarine helm. Ooh. Get him.
This world must hold. There can be no retreat. There can be no mercy. There can be no peace. There is only war.
The fangs. That was very cool.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the new cinematic trailer for a new edition of Warhammer 40,000.
I wondered
Did
if
you
they
like
do
what you
this.
saw?
Yes. I did like it.
Let's talk about it for just a minute, because I thought that was amazing.
Yeah, we saw some very, very cool stuff in there. Obviously, there's some Blood Angels in there. There's some Orcs. We're going back to Armageddon. Very cool location. There was some units we've maybe not seen before. That new big Orc Walker. I don't think we'd ever seen one of those.
Yeah, absolutely. And a classic returning unit, slightly redesigned in a land speeder that, like, very familiar for those classic Landspeeder fans.
That looked a little bit like Vanguard Veterans to me as well.
Absolutely so.
Bit, maybe.
Yeah. So there's a lot to like in that trailer. My favorite moment was, I think for many people might agree, when the chaplain really gets in amongst it.
I think my favorite moment is when the Orc Psyker just kind of vomited across everybody. That was
and
good.
then he takes a Crozius to the face.
I thought they were gonna
Love it.
spit in the Ultramarine's face there. I thought those two were gonna mention that.
Warhammer 40,000. We're really excited to talk to you about that for a few minutes now. So let's start by diving into the game. First up, it's new Warhammer 40,000. Let's talk about the game. Eddie, what can you tell us?
Yeah, so a new edition of Warhammer 40,000 obviously means a new core engine to drive this edition. That means loads of changes to all sorts of aspects of the game. We're going to talk about some of those in a little bit. We're going to give you an idea about some of the things that might be changing and what it means for you in your game. But it means so much more than just the rules. It also means new cool stuff about the lore and the universe. You got a little bit of a hint there. We are going back to Armageddon, which is obviously one of the most important and pivotal and, I guess, coolest locations.
It's just such an iconic setting for Warhammer 40,000, and we've set it up really in an interesting way with the return of Yarrick, and we're going to continue telling stories here and in other exciting places of the galaxy.
Yeah, and you got a bit of a sense of what might be happening in that cinematic as well. We are setting up in the return of Yarrick what happens before the events of this new edition. Effectively, you have the Imperial forces, the human forces of Armageddon are bracing for this enormous wave of orcs that is bearing down on them. Wazdacker is in the lead of that, but Ghazghkull and his legions are not far behind. They signal for help, and the help comes in the form of an enormous new Space Marine crusade, which is composed of all sorts of different chapters. The Blood Angels are obviously there, but you also have lots of other ones. The Ultramarines.
We saw Ultramarines in the video,
yeah,
right?
Ultramarines are there as well as things like Black Templars, the Salamanders, the White Scars are there, all the classics.
So it's a classic Space Marine crusade force returning.
It's a good old-fashioned Space Marine crusade.
Once again to the war world. Yeah, and if you know anything about orcs, you know that the chance of a fight being bigger just brings more of them in. This is Ghazghkull's third run at it now, so the war that's going to hit this world is like nothing we've ever seen before.
Absolutely, yeah.
Right, so in addition to talking about the setting, we should show you what the launch box looks like.
I like that.
This is Warhammer
The statue head is a nice
40,000
touch.
Armageddon. It is a new launch box for a new edition. You can see in that artwork something quite nostalgic is happening. Anybody old enough in the room might be getting the same feeling in their heart as me. This really reminds me
It makes me think of bolt
my
gun.
youth. Here you can see we're going to do an interesting thing with the graphic. It's a lot like the second edition of 40K.
There you go.
But realized in fantastic, like, new artwork.
Yeah, there's some lovely little touches there that kind of.
Yeah,
nod
they
to this
pretty much
original
just
piece of
took it
artwork.
and
Things
redid
like
it.
The heavy support Space Marine in the bottom right-hand corner, the placement of the grot, the pose of the Space Marine character, and some of the things that are happening in the background. That piece of artwork, obviously, from one of the earlier wars for Armageddon. We are going back there with a vengeance, and the Blood Angels and Orcs are taking center stage. A couple of things to say about this box as well. We're going to tell you a little bit more about some of the things that might be in this box today. We're not going to tell you everything. Some of that will be coming later. But this is an enormously cool box with loads of new Space Marines, loads of new Orcs, and all the rules and stuff that you'll need.
Absolutely. So let's, we imagine lots of you in this room want to know a bit more about the rules and what you can expect to change in the way you play, right? You're here to play games this weekend.
Oh, someone said they don't have any new ideas.
Let's start with our first point.
Yikes.
We want to talk about that unified experience.
Yeah, so right now in Warhammer 40,000, you have the idea of narrative play and the idea of match play. And what that's kind of meant is that we kind of have two pools of people.
And never the twain shall meet.
And who play Warhammer 40,000. And what we think, actually, is that every game of Warhammer 40,000 should feel like a rich and immersive narrative, whether you're playing at home or you're playing at the top tables of a tournament.
Okay.
Every game should feel balanced and exciting, and you're never sure who's going to win. So we are sort of breaking down some of the barriers between narrative play and match play, so that generally all of your games should feel balanced and narrative.
Balanced, yeah.
All ways to play Warhammer 40,000.
Fantastic. A lot of people will have questions about the current rules that they've got available to them, so we can maybe reassure you. At launch, your codex still works.
How thoughtful.
So this is a really
How
important
thoughtful.
point. In some editions of Warhammer 40,000 in the past, we have seen what's sometimes referred to as like a re-indexing of the edition.
Absolutely.
That isn't happening this time round. If you have a codex at home today on your shelf, that will continue to work until that codex is eventually replaced over the normal course of releases. That also applies to the campaign.
At least they did that. Wow.
So if you picked up the 500 Worlds or Maelstrom, or you're looking at the Return of Yarrick, all the rules in those will still work in the new edition.
Fantastic. If you want new ways to use the models you've got in your collection, or an excuse to get new models, there's going to be loads of new detachments coming. 70 new detachments.
Yeah, so this is really big. Right on the first day of the new edition, there will be over 70 new detachments for Warhammer 40,000 for loads of different armies, which will immediately shake up the way that you play and give you loads of new options in terms of being able to put units on the table in fun and exciting ways. a lot of them focus
You're right.
on units that maybe haven't
50 of them will be Space Marines.
in the current edition, and let you play in ways that you've never been able to put a force together before.
Yeah, it's really exciting and a really novel and interesting thing for players to sink their teeth into, right? Your codex is existent already, but there's going to be a new thing for you to get to grips with right away.
Yeah, and the detachments actually work in a slightly different way to the current detachments as well. You can continue to use your current detachments, but there will also be a different way you can put together your army. One of the advantages of the detachments, the new ones that are coming and ones we'll see in the future, is that the detachment system is now modular. So for example, if you have an army that contains Terminators and bikes,
Like me.
like you, and you wanted, I want some special rules for my bikes, but I also like some special rules for my Terminators, you can now take two smaller detachments and combine them together to create an army that works exactly as you would imagine your army should work on the table.
Absolutely. And this is going to really shake things up, right?
That'll be...
Oh, there's some applause in the room. For loads of us who've enjoyed
I like the
Warhammer
idea of it being
40,000,
flexible, yes.
we
I
want
just
this to be able
wonder
to
about the
sort of build an
balance
army
that
fits
they
our
are
imagination,
touting.
Those great stories that we've read and those iconic scenes, and this is going to enable you to do that in a way which could be quite competitively rewarding, you know, and do some really interesting things to the game.
Definitely you can pull it in a very competitive way and kind of build a great combo.
Or just completely forge the narrative.
Who cares about balance? Well, they just said they cared about balance.
Absolutely have your army work the way you imagine it would. Some of the shots we saw just then on the previous slides will give you an idea about some of the detachments that might be coming, and some of them are fairly...
I don't mind balance so much. I like it reasonable, but like, I'm not like, oh, it has to be balanced. Not like that.
Cornate demon engines have a boost if you're picking up one of the new defilers, for example, and you've got a Khorne army, you can make those great. There's one that's a very stealth-themed army for Tau, so you can have stealth suits and ghost kills and things like that.
Perfect. So next up, we should talk about how the fact that we've got some things to talk about with regards to objectives.
Yeah, so this
This
one...
is interesting.
This one is pretty big. So right now,
okay.
when you play Warhammer 40,000, scattered across your tabletop, your beautifully painted tabletop, your beautifully painted armies and your beautiful terrain are scattered some weird circles that your guys have to go and stand on. There are no more objective marker circles in games of Warhammer 40,000. Instead, your troops will be battling over pieces of terrain, taking and putting more...
Interesting.
Will be how you take them. And it immediately changes the way that you look at taking objectives. Rather than just moving to take a circle, you are trying to take a key bunker, capture a relic,
Absolutely.
take a key position on the battlefield.
The idea is that your games will focus on the things that you imagine your soldiers doing when you're playing a game of Warhammer 40,000. I've never once daydreamed
Yeah, it's
of
more
taking
ruins that you have to
circle.
buy.
I've daydreamed of my Dark
And the
Angels
circles
storming
make
a
it at least
bastion
like
or taking
even
a
when you're
trench
trying to
line.
get to it.
So the marker that you saw there, imagine that packed with fantastic Warhammer 40,000 terrain, and that's the thing that your soldiers are going to find.
Okay, yeah, Bricky had those, yeah.
One of the other things that's going to change in terms of missions is going to be that the detachments that you choose will dictate the types of mission that you play. When an
Yeah,
army
now
goes
they're
into
gonna
battle, it
sell
doesn't just go out
the
with
terrain
intent of
pieces that
playing,
you need.
pitched battle against an enemy army. It will usually
Instead
have
of
missions
using
where you're
regular
assigned,
circles.
You have been sent out to disrupt the enemy's plans, or to capture ground, or
just to kill
or
as
just
many
to
things
take
as you
as many
can.
heads as you can. So there is a new system called Forced Disposition, which your detachments will unlock. And when you come to play a game, you and your opponent compare your forced dispositions, and that will generate the mission that you play. So if your mission is to take ground, and your opponent's mission is to take heads, you will be given a mission to play that means that both of you are trying to enact the narrative that your army brings to the table.
Really exciting. Next up, we should talk about some of the specific rule changes. The first up is that there's no more stratagem stacking.
Yes. That seems like a popular one in the room. So, right now, when you play a game of Warhammer 40,000, one of the go-to tactics is you save up all your command points and then you put them all into your best unit, and that unit becomes way better at fighting than it has any right to be, or far more durable. You have
That's
things
funny,
like
though.
stacking Armor of Contempt alongside minuses to wound and decreased damage and all those sorts of things. In the new edition, you will need to choose which stratagem you would like to use.
That's fair, though. That's fair.
You can't have more than one. And it does all sorts of interesting stuff to the game. For example, if you have re-rolled your charge with a stratagem, you now can't use any other stratagems that turn, so you can't tank shock. If you have decided to use a stratagem to give you re-rolls to hit in combat, you don't get the chance to have another re-roll to wound on a tactical re-roll, for example.
It's going to really shake things up in an exciting way. We should also talk about...
Works for me because I don't really stack my stratagems. I forget about them.
The ability for units to stay hidden.
Yeah, so this is a really big one, especially in terms of how you're going to deploy your armies. You cannot target an enemy unit that has not shot unless you are within 15 inches of it. If it is in a piece of terrain.
So imagine when you deploy your army, you put your Devastator squad or your Astra Militarum heavy weapon teams in a trench work or like a fortification or in some ruined buildings. That scene in the movie where you look at the guys lying in ambush and staying out of sight. That's
Interesting.
What you, get on the tabletop. You don't have to park weirdly behind terrain now. You can be in it and still get that same benefit.
Yeah, so and you get that benefit.
Okay,
up until the point that your unit effectively joins the battle. So you can park that unit high up in the terrain feature where previously
they're really trying to sell terrain now, huh?
Very close, or until you've taken your shot.
Absolutely. Next up, there's some changes to how combat works. So it's been cleaned up. Eddie, can you tell us more?
So there's some big changes across the combat phase. Some subtle ones, some big ones. We'll go through some of them, but there's lots more, and you get a chance to kind of look at those when you finally get the rules in your hand. Fast dice rolling is now the standard. Most players kind of
already do it already,
but the rules are now written to assume that you're rolling all your dice for a single kind of set of attacks together, rather than kind of doing them one at a time. So that makes combat much faster. Combat activation has changed. The biggest change there is that in your turn, your strikes first units now go before your opponent. And in game terms, that means...
Oh, there's some cheers for that one.
In game terms, that means if you've charged into an enemy army and they've got strikes first, at least one of your units will get to go before they go. That's quite a big change for some armies.
Yeah, that is.
Pile in and consolidate now happen together. So you do all of your pile-ins for everything in your army, and then you do all of the combats, and then you do all of the consolidates. And what that means is that the pile-in move becomes much more about getting lots of your units into close combat and less about trying to kind of grab extra inches towards getting objectives.
Yeah, absolutely. And the final one is near to my heart because I like those risky charge rolls, right? But when they don't pay off, you guys stand around doing nothing. So it's different now.
It is different. So the way that charges work now is that you pick your targets after you have rolled your dice. So that does some... That does some pretty major things. So the first and most obvious thing is that if you move forward and you don't manage to get that charge against the unit you were aiming for, and there's a closer unit, you can now charge them instead.
Oh, okay.
So you generally end up with less units standing around and kind of having failed the charge and not doing anything. It also means that occasionally you might get a unit into that big, long 12-inch charge that you wouldn't previously have tried, but you can now get in. So basically, this is a rule that just encourages you to get stuck into close combat.
As someone who lost a game because of a failed charge,
more charges,
I would have loved that.
Perfect.
Absolutely.
So next one, and I mentioned previously that I have a Astra Militarum Steel Legion army. They drive around in chimeras. This one's quite exciting for me. Tell us about combat disembark.
There is now a rule where if your transport is in combat with an enemy unit, you can just get out straight into combat.
Ooh.
Small caveat, it's not always the best idea because your unit will be battle shocked and might take casualties. But it makes it very difficult to completely lock down a force that's trying to drive forward with combat units to get stuck in.
Absolutely. Next up, we should
Trucks and rhinos go burr.
Essentially, your leaders are always going to lead. Can you unpack that for us?
Wow.
Yeah, so when you choose a model that can lead a unit, you now assign it when you build your army list. So if you have a chaplain and he's going to lead one of your units of Space Marines, you now write that in your army list rather than choosing before the game.
Okay.
But the thing that happens in-game is that if the unit is killed, the character keeps all the benefits of leading the unit that he would normally have. So your chaplain doesn't become inexplicably worse at combat because the guys next to him have died. And the same is true for all
I like that. That's good. That's good.
It immediately means that all of those heroes that have lost their unit can carry on being maximum heroic right up until the moment they die.
It makes sense.
Absolutely. And I guess the last thing we should talk about, which connects to all of this, is there's going to be a huge refresh to the Warhammer 40,000 app.
Yeah, so the Warhammer 40,000 app has already proven to be really useful. We know loads of you use it all the time. We're going to put loads of resource and
I'm looking forward to 11th edition, I won't lie.
There's loads of things coming for it. One of the things we can announce today is that we're going to increase language support. So right now the app is only in English. Going forwards, it will have support for English, French, German, Italian, Spanish, Chinese, Japanese, and Korean.
Well done remembering them all.
That's good, right? And that will start with core rules, mission rules, and combat patrol. So that's not all that's coming for the app. There's loads of other things, but this is going to be a really useful tool for all of you going forwards, regardless of what language you play Warhammer in.
Yeah, I had a chance to get told some of the cool things that are coming, and I can't reveal it yet, but it's going to be super rad. I'm very excited as a person who relies on the app for when I'm playing the game. It's very cool.
We'll have loads more about all the details of what those rules mean exactly on the Warhammer community website over the coming days and weeks.
So, we told you we'd show you maybe something from the new launch box. Would you like to see some new models?
Yes.
So, let's start
Let me
with
see
this.
them. It's a Space Marine. You should have. You should have picked a better model for the hype. It's a.
So this is the first of the new Space Marine models. We're going to show you him today. He's a Space Marine intercessor, and you see the coming together of old and new in terms of armor types.
Yeah,
Wow.
so attrition has taken its toll on the Primaris Marines, and their shiny Tacticus armor that they went out into Crusade with has now had to be supplemented with parts of classic armor pieces. For us,
Why
though,
didn't you
that
show
means
us the
that we get to use
chaplain or
lots of very
something?
cool, classic pieces like the Mark 7 helmet you can see.
It's
on
a
the
good
Space
look,
Marine.
right?
It's a good look. It's a good look. And that is the sort of thing you can look forward to going forwards. Lots of the Space Marines in this box will have elements of classic armor that you might recognize from earlier editions, earlier sets, mixed in amongst the.
This is still a good reveal
Mark X Tacticus
overall.
Yeah,
This is
absolutely.
just
I like
a
there's some lovely
choice.
little details here. He's got the sort of the Purity Scroll style ribbon wrapped around his bolt rifle, all inscribed. The Primaris, when we first saw them, the Primaris Space Marines look quite clean cut, right? And they're increasingly blending in with.
They're getting a bit more gothic every time we see
absolutely.
them.
I really like it.
One of the other things to note as well about this model and all of the models in the box set is that while he looks very cool, painted as a Blood Angel, there is nothing sculpted onto that model to say it needs to be a Blood Angel. So if you have
I noticed that.
Dark
Or
Angel,
the best
an
ones, the
Imperial
Dark
Fist,
Angels.
or flavored to taste, I guess. You can paint him as any Space Marine chapter you like.
Fantastic. Would you like to see something from the other side?
Please, it has to be better than that.
Let's see an orc then.
This orc. Okay. It's just an orc. Oh, come on. We have your orc and we have your Space Marine, and that's it.
Fantastic. So this is an orc boy from the upcoming Armageddon launch box. And something's a bit different about him, right?
Yeah, so I think some of you already clocked it in the video, and obviously you can see it there on screen. In previous editions, in previous versions of the Orc box set, you had to choose whether you wanted to give your orcs a shooter or a chopper. You can now have both. No
Wow.
orc should leave home without a chopper, and no orc would dream of going to the battlefield without carrying the biggest gun that he can carry. So going forwards, Orc boys are assumed
He
to
does
have
look a
whatever
bit
weapon the
confused.
situation demands.
Get yourself a boy that can do both, right?
Absolutely.
I love it. So we got one more sneaky tease of things that are coming in this box right now, and that is that we can confirm for certainty there is at least one squig in the box.
Thank you, that's what we needed. Here. Cool.
That went down quite well. You will need to wait a little bit longer to see the rest.
That's a little
Stay your
disappointing.
disappointment. It'll be worth the wait, we promise. That brings us to the end of all of our reveals. Did you like what you saw? I guess what we need to do now is bring this thing home and wrap up this preview. First of all, thank you so much for bearing with us through the technical difficulties. You have been amazing as an audience.
GW,
We've
talk
loved
to me.
being here in front of you, and your attitude and your energy has carried this through for us. So thank you all for being here.
The Cog Fort is the best, I agree.
We've had so much to show you. It's been really exciting. We've delved into Warhammer 40,000 and Kill Team, Horus Heresy, the Warhammer Plus TV show, all of that great stuff from the licensees, the new Mephiston. Make sure you check them out downstairs if you're here at ADEPTICON. Our friends at Joytour with the Space Marine helmet. Underworlds, Warhammer Age of Sigmar with the incredible Cogfort, and the biggest news in years and years with a new edition of Warhammer 40,000. Eddie, what was your favourite thing in the show?
I mean, obviously I'm very excited about a new edition of Warhammer 40,000, but I am immediately going to buy a Cogfort the second
Yes.
You've been giddy about that.
I
Since
am so excited about the Cogfort.
So
I'm going to have 5.
I am completely taken with Commissar Graves and Vigilance. I need that in my life. So
You're
bad.
taken
But
by
I'm very
her.
excited about a lot of the things
Oh.
that we saw and showed. Right. Don't forget, guys, if you haven't already, subscribe to the new Warhammer 40,000 official YouTube channel so you can get all of access to these videos and other videos that come out as we lead up to the launch of the new edition. What remains is to thank a bunch of people. First of all, raise some noise for the people who are hosting ADEPTICON, to Hank and the team for letting us come here.
All those cool people at ADEPTICON. Froggy,
It's
Pancreas,
incredible to be able to
Arthur
feel the
Bones,
energy in a room like this and to
Mia
talk about
Wabel.
Warhammer.
Those are all
Thank
the
you
people
to
I know that are
team
there.
who put on the preview, all the video guys who made the videos and put all the images together, ran the tech, for persevering and making it all work. We really appreciate all of their efforts. Let them know it. Finally, Eddie and I would like to personally thank all of you for making this such a great preview. We have loved being with you for the last 2 hours. Thank you so much for making this a memorable experience, all of you in the room. We're going to leave you now. It has been a pleasure and a delight to be with you for this time. Eddie, thank you.
Oh, it's a pleasure. Anytime.
Awesome. We will see you again very soon. Good night.
Wow. That is, as they say, that. So, we got some interesting stuff there. Overall, just straight up regular thoughts. Let me make sure I can see YouTube. Cogfort. Pretty awesome. The new edition. It seems like they have some decent changes. The new guard at the beginning also looked pretty good. I'm not a guard person, but you know, it looked decent. Graves. She's mid. She's mid. Her barge is cool, but new guard looked too modern. I could see that. But RIP to Bricky and objective marker circles. Yeah, the one thing I was wondering about, no objective marker circles. So then you're using a terrain piece, but does that mean for like a Warhammer tournament that you have to bring those terrain pieces? Like you have to have official Warhammer terrain pieces for tournaments? Or will they provide those? I don't think they will. Yeah, so yeah. So okay, tournament provides terrain, that's good. I've never played in a terrain, but I'm like, dude, that would kind of suck if they didn't do that. That's like really, really, really stupid. If the tournament provides the terrain, then I'm not bothered by that. But still, it's kind of like, Good, okay, well that's good. A terrain edition. Okay, well I feel better then. Yeah, I would say that overall it wasn't bad. I really think they messed up when they were saying let's reveal models for the next edition, and they like it's just 2 guys. Come on, like get us a little bit more excited, because there was no hype. Like I think if they had some solid reveals at the very end, everyone would have been like, yeah, that was a solid reveal show. But unfortunately, people will remember the last thing they saw generally, except for Cogfort. Cogfort was pretty sick. But it was like if they had done some like banger models at the end, I think everyone would have been like solid. They would have been like, yeah, that was a pretty solid reveal. I don't think it was a bad reveal. I think it was aside from the technical difficulties, the reveals were pretty good all around. Yeah. Sorry about my neck pop. Yeah, they were really desperate to hype people up with those last meetings. I felt so bad for the guys because, you know, they kind of have a script they have to go off of. They were like, wow, he's so cool because he's painted like a blood angels. And I'm like, yeah, sure, that's why he's cool. I mean, that was the coolest part about them. As a Blood Angels stan, yes, that was the coolest part about him. Yeah, I will say orcs having choppas and chudas, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Any cool Adepticon things? Cogfort. Cogfort. They did not mention anything related to Total War Warhammer 40K. They did not mention anything about that. Squig. Yeah, I guess they got to save something for the reveals in the summer, but... Yeah, no video game reveals. That's actually interesting. I mean, I guess there's not... They've already revealed that a lot of stuff is coming. It's just not out yet. Because what do we have? We've got Bolt Gun 2 that's coming out. Dark Heresy. Mechanicus 2. I think there's like one more or two more like I'm missing. It's not like they're revealing those. But all in all, I would say that wasn't terrible. Like, if I was gonna rate it, man, I want to give it a rating, but you guys are gonna, like, meme on me. I'm gonna say 6.5 to a 7. I might even go higher. I'm leaning towards 7. The Cogfort was really, really good. I think, you know what, if they had banger models at the end, it would have been an 8 or a 9, I think. It would have been an 8 or a 9 if they had really nice looking models at the end, but... Cogfort out of 10, yes. It's an 8 if you're only here for AOS. For sure, for sure. I honestly think this was an 8. That's fair. If you're a huge fan of AOS, I can see why you'd feel better about it. As a 40k person myself, it was like, oh, this all right. It's okay. Yeah, well, we're not going to talk about presentation if we're talking about pure reveals and not the stream content, because obviously that was not very good. But like, it's not like we could do anything about that. But if it was like a perfect presentation, I say a 7. Oh, and Red Tail Wolf, thank you for the bits again. Me and him have the same face. Yes, you and the orc, I assume. And then it is balanced. I don't know what you were meaning to say there. But I think that was about the, your detachments. That you can combine some stuff. It is balanced. They said it was good and they wouldn't lie. We will see. From a 40k perspective, I feel like I can't even judge. Saw too little of the 11th minis. Well, yeah, there's only 2. But like 40k, in terms of like, we got to see the Death Watch, which was nice. We got to see a couple others that like looked good too. Like a couple other minis that were like reasonable. GW is always truthful. Yes, they're always truthful. Always. Yeah, rule changes are more exciting than the minis, but I mean, that's to be expected. And yes, they wouldn't show everything off in one stream. It wouldn't make sense. They had to share a mic and got to look like sit real close right next to each other. They're like best friends. Yeah, Cogfort though. Man, I kind of want a Cogfort, even though I have no use for said Cogfort. It's not like I could play it in my games. It's not like I could use it. Yeah, I am excited for the changing of the charge rule. That's huge. Like, I lost because of a charge one time. Like, I needed to make, it was a long charge. It was a long shot. But like, it would have been so much better if I'd been able to do that. Is the cog fort a new item that you can get on Throne? No, I'm putting it there. But I do have a partnership with Zephyr Arcade. They do Warhammer, Gundam, a bunch of really cool stuff. And I do have a, well, so I have a wish list on there, but you can send, if you want to send me Warhammer minis against my will, because I refuse to put things up on my Throne page, you can there's a shipping option where you can say send it to Aurelia, and they will send it to me, and I can't stop you. But Zephyr Arcade, they're a really cool team, so go check them out. I don't know how Throne works anyway. Sorry, no, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. That means it's that means you can't send me the Warhammer that way. It's planned. Ha ha ha. I'm sending you 500 Zangors. Oh my, no, don't do that, please. Please. How many 11th box sets will you end up with? I don't know. No, so here's the joke. Here's the joke. I used to have a page where they were asking me to put up the Warhammer, and I told them no, I have to finish painting my minis, which I'm working on it. And when I got partnered, they were like, a lot of people knew that it was a thing, and they kept asking me about it, so I couldn't keep lying to them. I couldn't lie to them. I had to tell them that it's a thing. It's all part of the joke, because they keep asking about it. So, all in all, not bad. Not bad. I forget what I've rated other watch-alongs, like, reactions to the reveal show. I forget what I've rated them, but this one was not bad. I want to get a cog fort. 500 cog forts. Yes. Yeah, overall it was enjoyable. I wish they had kind of fixed the issues with the tech, but there's not much we can really do about that. But yeah, it was pretty wild. So yeah, let's see. What we got that's doing stuff. 'Cause that's all I've got. Doo-doo. I wish the cog fort was in 40k. Me too, man. Me too. I would have so much fun if we had the cog fort in 40k, but you know, there's not much. A new Tyrannid? Yes, well, new old Tyrannid. He looked pretty great. He looked pretty great, I can't lie. You can use the cog fort in 40k as a stand-in for an Imperial Knights model? Yeah, but it's just not the same. It's not the same. It just doesn't fit as well as I'd like it to. Yeah, old character, new sculpt. I was like, new olds. He got a makeover. He got a makeover. Makeover and royally hit the gym. Yeah, see, for girls it's a makeover. For guys, you know, you hit the gym. I cannot wait to see all the kit bashes with the cog fort. That is just, it's going to be so great. Like orcs taking over the cog fort, Skaven, like there are so many different things you can do with it. I think that one leaves a lot of room for creativity. And it's gonna be really, really cool to see what everyone does with it. I want to do a Sylvaneth one and make it all forested. See, like, I feel like you can do so much with it. You're not just held to, like, standard stuff. You really can flex your creative muscles there. A Cogfort that's a shrine to Sanguinius. That's a good idea. And I can make it marble. This is a great idea. This is a great idea. Buy 8 and do the various chaos gods as each one. What are the other 4? Yeah, it was a good day for Orc fans, good day for Skaven fans, especially AOS. AOS, you guys got a lot of love. You guys got a lot of love. Yeah, the Horus Heresy stuff, there wasn't... Yeah, it was okay. But yeah, AOS is doing it. A Mountain Dew Cogfort. Now you're on to something. You're on to something. Sorry, answering questions. Oh. I did hear there was a theory that they're gonna kill off Sigmar. I saw my friend Lore Master of Sotek. I think he made a video on it, but I haven't watched it. I don't know if the rumors, how founded those are. Yeah, it's called Age of Sigmar. Why would you kill Sigmar? Are you trying to reboot the whole setting? Because that's what it sounds like. The rumor came from a major anti-AOS coper. Yeah, it's a weird thing to do. I mean, they have killed a setting before. That's why we have Age of Sigmar. They're gonna Sigmartyr him. Wow. Yeah, go back to the old world. I don't know if I wouldn't mind that, but I don't have any skin in the game when it comes to Warhammer Fantasy and Age of Sigmar. I just don't. Age of. Call it AO. Your armor reminds me so much of Card Fight Vanguard Gold Paladins. Really nice. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like it. It's I was really excited about how this ended up turning out. It looks good. It's perfect. I could show it off a little bit more. Usually it's just my even more top half, but I can talk like this. I can also do this. Fun to do every once in a while. Anyways. Flex your toggles for the new folks. I have a helmet. I've got a helmet that I put it on when I'm walking in, you know, whenever I need to. That's the coolest one. I also have this if chat acts up. I get a little threatening. Just a little threatening. Oh, accidentally opened Spotify. We're not listening to music right now. We're not listening to music right now. No way. Oh, and I don't use this one very often. I gotta find a better time when to use it. It'll go better with my next outfit, because you'll get to see more of it. There's that. Anyways, well, this has proved to be an interesting night. I'm excited to hear about 11th edition and some of those new rules. Those will be I think it'll be good. I'm gonna like hold all my judgments. I'm a little concerned that like the rug is gonna get pulled out from underneath us. So I'm a little nervous about that. Am I going to exterminatus you guys? Why? Why would I do that? Did you say something that was heretical? Did you say something that was heretical that requires me to do that? I'm waiting. Oh, they called me an Eldar again, did they? Well, I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. That's not true. I'm pissed. I'm pissed. And thank you, Red Tail Wolf, for the bits, but come on, man. Trying to rage bait me now. I'm an abhuman. You don't know better than the Emperor. I'm an abhuman, clearly. Well, I mean, if you saw the lore video, then you know that you're not stronger than the Emperor, so clearly I'm an abhuman. Clearly. You need to get your eyes checked. And your ears, apparently. Anyways. Oh my goodness. Why am I getting sprayed? I didn't say anything sus. Why am I getting sprayed? This is silly. Why? The spray is probably hydration. My water bottle is empty. Just had a tiny bit left, and that was it. And that was it. As you're trying to get more water? Yeah, maybe I should just go get water. We'll raid into another person chatting about the Warhammer. Angry Joe show. It looks like he's talking about this too, so you know. We'll raid into him on the Twitch side. Don't have any YouTube raids, not usually. So we'll raid into him because I'm sure he's got some fun stuff to say. He's got his own opinions. Hang on, let me make sure I have the... Oh, hang on. I totally botched this. I thought I had the name. Where did it go? Oh, did he? Wait. I wonder if he just got off because I just saw it and now he's not there anymore. 1 second. 1 second. That's funny. I was like, oh, well, we'll just do this, guys. Cool. I know the brick is there, but well, I guess sure, why not? We'll raid the brick and we'll do that. We will raid into the brick, say hi, tell him he does a great job with his merch. Especially if you got, I'm actually partnered with him. Not partnered, he makes my merch. His company makes my merch and they did a fantastic job. I highly recommend Orchid 8 for any of their creators if you get their merch, if it's Adeptus Ridiculous, other VTubers, like honestly, it's really good stuff. So I highly recommend it. High quality. Bricky's going through some things. Well, then let's help him out. Let's pat him on the back and tell him it's okay. It's all gonna be okay. So here's what we're gonna do. I haven't read any of the community articles. That looks like what he's doing right now. So don't skip leg day, okay? Don't skip leg day. Tell Bricky not to skip leg day. I don't know. I'm sure he does leg day. He seems like a responsible sort of guy. And, you know, I'll see you guys